Hello and welcome to 15-Minute Gamer. My name is Tony and this is Monster Hunter World. This is not a review, so don't shout at me. This is a early impression and video. And as normal, before we start, let's see what the developer says. Battle large monsters in epic locales. As a hunter, you'll take on quests to hunt monsters in a variety of habitats. Take down these monsters and receive materials that you can use to create stronger weapons and armors in order to hunt even more dangerous monsters. How many times did the word monster appear in there? It was like monster, 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 monster. When I was listening back, I was like, that's a lot of monsters. But anyway, it is called Monster Hunter World. So what do you expect from that? So before we start, just to say I have never ever played a Monster Hunter game before. This is the 5th, I believe, in the series. And it's all new to me, this whole world, this place. And when I saw the trailers, I was kind of like, I do want to check this game out. So, from a total newbie perspective, what is this game like? Well, I'm about 4 hours into it, and I'm still quite undecided. I think, and I could sum this whole impressions up in a minute and just say, look, if you played the previous Monster Hunter games before, you are going to love this. If you like Dark Souls, you're probably going to love this. It's got them elements of Dark Souls in. It's got that waiting to see what your enemy does and counteracting it and dying, what's called fainting in this, several times to find out what's the best way to defeat your enemy and that sort of thing. If you love that element of any game, you will love this game. If, like me, you're a bit more of a, I hate the word casual gamer because I play all sorts of games, this game isn't for me. I can see that after 3-4 hours. I just don't really get the appeal to these sort of games. I've never been a Dark Souls fan. I haven't got the time. You need the time to invest in a game like this. You need to spend hours and hours and hours of your life invested in the game world, in the characters, in the monsters, in all that. You need to have that. I don't have that, and I can't give that sort of time to this sort of game. So they kind of have it on the basics. I'll explain in more detail why I feel like this. But yes, there's a very basic of it. So the first bit we're looking on here, is it an RPG? I wouldn't say so, no. It's got some very basic RPG elements in, but for me, it's all about getting out there and hunting their monsters and just picking the right things and learning. So no, I wouldn't quite say it's an RPG. Is it very Japanese? Yes, it is. It's got so many of them Japanese RPG elements in it. Absolutely millions. The first bit we're looking at here is the hub world. The hub world has, oh my god, the most annoying music. It's so repetitive over and over and over again. The same couple of notes. Oh, it drives me crazy. It does look pretty in parts of the hub world. I like some of the elements of it, and there's nice little sequences, like when you order food or you go to the smithy, like it goes into this like jolly montage of stuff, but it's the same montage every single time. Doesn't matter what you order, what you do. Well, the sword comes out differently, but the beginning bit's the same. Again, I would like to see a bit more because it does kind of, like the music, get pretty repetitive. But yes, it does have a really cute cat in it. Woo! These are called something with P, and they're kind of your little helper and the battle monsters and pick things up for you. And that was mine. I just wanted a basic black and white one. Yes, you can design that cat to be whatever you like, so you can pick different colours and that sort of thing. So voice acting wise, it does what Japanese games do a lot of, and not everything's voice acted. And it's kind of like certain characters go ooh or ah or good boy or something like that, and then the rest of the dialogue follows on. So yeah, it's not fully voice acted, and the main character, the woman, her voice is so annoying. On screen now is just the different categories of quests you can do. Just show you how the quests come on. If you're familiar with Monster Hunter, you'll kind of know these as like expeditions, as quests you can do as main quests. You accept the quest and then go and do it and come back and claim your rewards. So yeah, moving on away from them sort of things, the world itself and combat. The world itself is alright. I mean, if you're a fan of Monster Hunter, this is a huge step up from the previous games. However, it is also where it stands in today's modern technology for me, graphics, issues like clipping and bugs and just being like hit detection and all that is just way off. The FPS is just not very good. I mean, I don't have a PlayStation Pro or anything. I have read that if you have the PlayStation Pro, it does run a lot better, and especially on the Xbox One X as well. Like, it's really high in its frames. On the normal PlayStation, the frame rate is quite slow. It chugs. It feels really chuggy and slow. Combat feels not very fluid. Again, it's got that Dark Souls-esque combat, which I've never really been a fan of. It's all about hit and then rolling away, hit and roll away, dodge, get behind them, and stuff like that. One good thing about the combat I do like, you can jump on their backs and just stab them, and just stab. So one of the bigger monsters, you can do that. By the way, I'm not putting spoilers in here. This is very early game footage because I didn't want anything to be spoiled. So the game world is full of collectibles like mushrooms and weeds and plants, and you get these like firefly things which attract to the nearest thing. So that is really handy because I find game worlds sometimes where you're just looking around and around and around. This does point them out, and I did kind of like that aspect as well. The fireflies will also point you to tracks, so they'll gather round places or gather round monsters for you. They'll point out tracks, so if you go and look at the tracks, if you get a couple of tracks in a row, it'll go and track the monster for you. So I did like the firefly system. I think that was quite good. There's combat going on there now, so you can see that I'm just hitting that thing over and over and over again. There's no degradation type thing, as I can see on your weapons, but they do get blunt. So you will have to stop sometimes during mid-combat and sharpen your blade because it's doing like no damage anymore. So yeah, I wasn't overly keen on that feature. You've got the usual stuff like potions to take and little bits of crafting you can do, and there's a box before each mission in each area where it has supplies in and stuff. And at the end of every mission, you get like certain supplies. You can like cut the carcasses up for supplies, which you can then use to trade and build better weapons and so forth. So the whole point is, it's basically go and hunt a monster, get the supplies from them, which lets you have better weapons to go on to the next monster, to get better weapons to go on the next monster, to get better weapons to go on the next monster. That is the premise of this as far as I can kind of tell. So yeah, this was me. I just had to go and kill a load of these things. When you finish, you have a minute, and then it returns you back to the mission area. So you go back to base again. Not sure why that mechanic was in there, because sometimes you don't, like, I want to have a look around and scout and get all my supplies, and you only have a minute. I don't know if that's from previous Monster Hunter games or what, but I did find that a little bit weird. So you can see there where the RPG elements kind of slip in a little bit is, when you're managing your health and stats and upgrade your weapons. But as I said, it's not really an RPG game in my head, and when I'm playing it, it's not. I play a lot. I do like RPGs. Don't play them as much because, again, my time is limited. But this one I wouldn't put in that kind of bracket of an RPG. Also, when I'm talking about some of the more negative things, is the always online multiplayer. I know Monster Hunter is all about the social aspect, but you've got to sign in online and create your own little lobby or join a lobby when you start. However, what I did like about this is if you're stuck on a monster, you can send a flare up and it instantly invites people into your world. I did like that idea. I think that was such a cool idea. A bit of that seamless multiplayer. However, I would like it just for you to be able to say, right, I want to play single player and not have these lobbies and blah blah open. And then if you get stuck, maybe click an option to put multiplayer on, and then you could send your flare up, because I don't want to create a lobby every time I start. And when you want to go on a mission, it opens a lobby up and says, SRI Tony, which is my username, is waiting and stuff. I don't like that. I kind of don't play online games, but I understand the co-op element, and I can imagine co-op and online being really good in this game, especially against some of the bigger monsters, like someone putting traps down while the other one lures them away, while the other one's attacking them, while the other one's gathering resources and healing and stuff like that. And I think it could really shine as that. As a single player experience, it seems alright. It's just not, as I said, with it not being quite my thing, it hasn't done anything to kind of involve me into it, and bring me into the genre. I think you have to know a little bit about Monster Hunter. I think you have to know a lot about the world. I think you have to be prepared to learn and prepared to engage with this world in every way, shape or form if you're going to play this game. And this is one of the bigger monsters in the game. So what they do is you kind of hunt them, and you'll take so much damage off them, then they'll go to a separate area, you'll take more damage off them, you'll go to a separate area, you'll take more damage off them, separate area, more damage, separate area, they'll fall over, separate area, they'll die. And that's generally it. You basically just follow this thing around the map until it dies, and continually just hit it, and that's hunting monsters, and then you'll get the resources from it after that. It will get like bruises and a bit battered on it and slow it down, and the attacks aren't as good and stuff like that. So it does take damage. It goes, there you go, there's a dead. And it just goes, ugh, it has a really dramatic death. So yeah, that's kind of the hunting aspect of it. Character creation, because everyone knows RPG is all about character creation. There is a decent amount of character creation. However, there is part of it locked off behind paywalls and DLC already. So certain hairstyles are locked away. There is some free ones, so they are doing free stuff, but there is certain stuff, and there's not that many character creation options. Like, I just want the hairstyle like mine, which is kind of like really short and obviously going bald in a little bit. There isn't. It's either all or nothing. And I like some aspects of the character creation. Some aspects I found a little bit like there could have been more effort. There's only 2 types of armor as well at the beginning, leather or chainmail. I would have liked to see more around this as well. But you can customize the colors and stuff like that. It was a little bit difficult to navigate around, I found as well. It was probably one of the not as most fun character creations I've gone through. But once you create your character, you get to create your cat thing, and that is just fantastic. Look, there you go. You can have loads of different stuff on that. So yes, I did enjoy that aspect because I love cats. If you're a dog person, maybe don't play the game. So yeah, that's the character creation. That's what you get from that. And then when you're looking at weapons, which is coming up now, you can look at weapons and you can show you a little video of how that weapon will interact in the world and with monsters. I love this feature because you're like, well, I don't know what the 15 different weapons are. Well, this is a video showing you what this weapon does. I did like that. You can upgrade, you can craft more, you can buy more, all the usual stuff. This is where it falls a little bit more in the RPG. So, that is just my impressions of it. It's just kind of everything I've kind of picked up from it in the 4 hours. As I said at the beginning, if you love this sort of thing, you're going to love this game. If you're a bit of a casual player or don't know me, I wouldn't pick this up. It's not for you. If you've got time to invest, do it. I haven't. I'll probably put another 1 or 2 hours into it, see if my impressions change. Don't know if there'll be a review because I just don't know if I'm going to be able to keep interested to keep playing. But yeah, that's about it, and I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.